Hello, everyone, and welcome to cats.com and Cat Chat Tuesday. I'm a bit early, but it doesn't matter. I hope you've all had a great week so far. And if you've got any questions, remember to get those in the chat so I can answer them. So I've just got a Hugo down here as normal, and I don't know whether you can see, but no, well, there we are. There's his photo drawing there by Monster Knit Art, and I'm really, really impressed with the work that she's done. So please, if you want to ask a question, then don't hesitate to ask and let me know where you're all from as well. That would be good to know. Obviously, I'm in very, very cold, miserable, damp UK, and I can't wait for the spring. So what shall I kick off with? I know I've got some different toys. Can you guess what this is? Can anyone guess? I'll give you another clue. It comes with that as well. Come on, Pudding. This is Pudding, and she clearly likes them. I've sprayed those with Pet Remedy. These are, oh no, don't tread on the keyboard. There you go. Come on. These are parrot toys. Yeah, you heard it right. Parrot toys. Hi, Janie from Maryland. A wand of some sort. No, no, I've given it away now anyway. I should have let more people guess. It's a parrot toy. So these are really, really great for obviously you can dangle toys from them if you've got baby gates because there's wire in there. Hanging anything on. Oh, that's Pudding's tail. You don't see that. So they're really good. I just thought, let's think outside the box, and there was lots of others as well. And these would be great for kittens to just suspend and dangle. So there you go. We're kicking off with parrot toys today. Hi, Kayla, you're in Missouri, and it's 9. Oh gosh, that is way too cold. Okay, and greetings from Texas. Hi, hi you all, or did you say hi y'all? I can't say that southern drawl with any great conviction there, but you know what I'm trying to say. Go on, Carol, you ask me a question by all means. Anthony's already got a question. How do I stop my cat Grace from chewing the carpet? Any ideas? Oh, okay, sure. So firstly, you have to think, okay, why is she chewing the carpet? Is it something like pica, where a cat will actually want to ingest and eat inanimate, unedible objects? It perhaps doesn't sound like it's pica, so I would suggest she's either doing it because she's bored or she's wanting to get attention. No, Pudding, you can't have those dreamies. Those out the way. So what can you do? I mean, there is different things, different sprays and things. So you could try bitter apple spray. Cats really don't like the smell or the taste of that. So that's a deterrent. But I would perhaps be thinking, okay, what can you give her to chew? So matatabi sticks, silver vine, gall fruit, anything like that. Give her lots of tactile objects that she can chew. Also, think about different sensory play that you can get in for her that, again, that she can hold in her mouth. So it might be, I'm just looking for my soft toys now that I've had, just something like that as well. Another thing that you could use is isopropyl alcohol. Where have I put that? I can't find that now, but I have got it here somewhere. So I think Pudding might be sitting on it, but an alcohol spray. Again, that's not going to be encouraging for her to taste it. So I think you've got a deterrent, and then you've also got the prevent, that's the deterrent, and then the prevention would be to give her other toys to chew. So hopefully that would help. And if there's any little stringy, straggly bits from the carpet, I would get that chopped off as well so she doesn't. -20 in Montreal. Oh my goodness. I'll shut up moaning because it's positively tropical here. What do I recommend for flea control? Anything from your vet, Carol, basically. So I don't know if in the UK, in the USA or where any of you are, please do tell me where you are, by the way. If you go to a supermarket or something like that, they can have flea products on sale there, and they're generally not safe, and they're certainly not effective. So I would always say go to your vet and get something from your vet. There are tablets that a cat can take that last a month or 3 months, and that does fleas and worms. And there's also topical spot-ons that just go on the back of the neck. So that's what I'd be looking to do via the vet. Okay, so it's not worth saving a couple of dollars or whatever it is, just go and be safe. And I very often post about this on my own TikTok channel about, don't save the books, just go and make sure that you get good quality stuff for your cats, because if ever your cat has a reaction to it, it's unpleasant for you, and more so for them. Okay, the brother of Leo has started attacking him. They're 5, and this is new behaviour. Any recommendations? Well, it could be that this is what we call a redirected aggression, where you get 2 cats that are quite bonded, quite happily, and something has maybe startled them, or they've seen something, maybe another cat in the yard or something like that. And then they get frustrated, they can't get to it, or say the noise has made them jump, and then they just react towards the other cat that they used to get along with. So that is something that you really need to be aware of, the redirected aggression. So what can you do? It depends how bad it is. If it's really bad, then I consider separating them completely, and do a very, very slow reintroduction again. This could take maybe a week, so maybe you wouldn't have to go down to the no visual contact at all, but you certainly could do just with a visual barrier, so a mesh, a dog gate, a baby gate, something like that. And then slowly do some scent swapping, make sure they've got enrichment either side of the gate. Whatever you do, if you are separating cats, and this is for anybody who's separating the cats or bringing a new cat into the home, don't treat food and feed them either side of a door or a barrier. And contrary to belief, this actually can induce tension, because you're not giving them a choice to eat and be happy. They either eat and put up and shut up, or they don't eat. So it increases tension. Food is completely different to offering treats, because they're already satiated by having the food. So inducing play and foraging either side of a barrier, that's completely different, and that is acceptable. So that's what I'd be suggesting that you do, Janie, is just literally separate them for a while. Really boot up your enrichment for them. Think about a timetable that you can do. And I know this sounds very arduous, but if you only have to do it once, so literally if you get all your toys and put them into little boxes or tubs and label them Monday through to Sunday, and then you've got your toy rotation there already sorted, and then you can pop a label on top of the box with what is going to be the sensory type of play. It could be a tunnel, it could be water, it could be a different forager for them, for example. It could be different sensory things, so cat grass, cat attractants, just little things like that can really, really make a difference. And if you've already got it already boxed up, you haven't got to think, what am I going to get with my cats today to play with? It's already done. So that is for any cat parent, really. And I know it probably sounds a little bit over the top, but it does work, and it will really help level up your cat enrichment. Hi, BD. Thank you. Do you know what, BD? I went live a bit earlier today. So I started before you were here, but thank you for joining us, everybody. BD is my superstar moderator. And if you need anything, just message BD here, or Bev as it is on here, and she will help you out. So Janie, I hope that's going to help your situation with Leo anyway. Right, I don't know if my cat vocalizes for attention or it's got an issue sometimes. She always stops when I'm nearby. My cat is middle-aged. Well, it's unlikely to be cognitive dysfunction syndrome at that age. I would say that she's probably trained you, and it is attention seeking. So again, it's almost like, okay, if you want to give her that attention, she's communicating with you. So go ahead and have that interaction with her. That's lovely, almost like a conversation, because cats don't meow to each other, really, per se. They don't use meowing as a means of communication. A lot of their communication is non-verbal. So if she's meowing, she is doing it to get your attention. So either indulge her and carry on, or if you want to not encourage that behavior, just ignore it. But to be honest, if she's a middle-aged lady and she's wanting your attention, I would definitely indulge her and think about different things that you can do with her as well. And I've talked about in leveling up the enrichment, bring something different to the party. And cats do get bored just like toddlers, so bringing something different out, if maybe she hasn't seen it for a while, or even I've just said, just a parrot toy, or a rabbit snuffle mats. These are great for cats. So something like this would be brilliant for senior girls as well, and boys. You're welcome. Yeah, do try the apple spray. But and this is going about the carpet, so that is the deterrent, but you also need to tackle why your cat is feeling the need to do that as well. So it's a two-pronged attack there, okay? Um, can we all tap the heart to send some love to our amazing Amanda and Pudding? Oh, thank you. Yes, please. The heart. I'm actually on my own now. I've just got Basil. He's asleep in his little hidey hole in there. Yeah, the boxes do work wonders, Bev, don't they? They're so easy, especially if you work full time and you're trying to be a good cat parent and you think, oh gosh, yeah, I know I should rotate my toys, but really, and if they're all strewn everywhere, it's not going to work, because cats don't walk into an open field where there's mice and birds just waiting for them to play with them and eat them. They do need to be encouraged. So, your cat, hi Kayla. My cat tried to sleep in a litter box last night. Any idea why? She seems healthy. The only possibility I can think of is that she got overstimulated. Now, I've just written an article actually on just this for cats.com, so that should be coming out soon, of all the different weird and wonderful cat tray habits, and sleeping in a cat tray could be one. So is she all right in herself? Has she got any other behavioural problems? It could be that she just needed to go to, if you think that she was overstimulated, have you played with her too hard and she just wanted a safe space to go and relax very, very quickly, and that's where she wanted to go, then I would say that. If it carries on though, it's not normal behaviour, but sometimes cats use litter trays as a safe space, because obviously that's where they go to defecate and urinate, and that's their safe space. So it could be that you've just have just tired her out or overstimulated a bit. So that could be why, especially if she's not done it before. So have a think about that. But if you want to give me any more information, then please do. Okay, we've got is it Bisa? I do apologise if I don't pronounce these right, by the way. Any advice for an adult cat that hates a carrier and any trips in the car? She is overdue for vaccinations. Yeah, it's really, really stressful, isn't it, when you have to take your cat to the vet, even if it's routine. It's even worse if it's an emergency. And I don't know about you guys, but I always get really stressed. So there is something really, really simple that you can do before, and that is prepare. And it doesn't start the day before you go to the vet. It doesn't start the week before. It starts today. So what you can do is go and get your cat carrier out and take the door off, or take the lid off if it's an opening like that, and spray it with some pet remedy or some valerian spray. Put a nice comfy bed in there and lay out some cat treats. And it could be a nice smelly treat that the cats haven't had before. It could be a churro or a licky licks on a licky mat. I'm sure you've seen licky mats before, but just in case you haven't, you basically get one of these yogurt treats and put it on here and pop it into the cat carrier, and just leave it at that. And every day do the same thing. So you want your cat to associate that cat carrier with a nice, calm, safe space. And it doesn't mean that when that comes out, that they're going to go in the car. And then what you would do would build it up very, very gradually in stages. So stage one would be the door would be shut, but the cat wouldn't go anywhere. And you would just vocalize, you'd speak to the cat calmly and maybe just give them some little treats through the bar and just reassure them. And it would just be maybe just for a couple of minutes, not even a minute to start off with, and then build that up gradually so that the cat is very, very happy going nowhere. And then the next stage would be you'd actually pick the cat up. Obviously, it's pick the cat box up with the door shut and take the box into the car. Again, the car doesn't go anywhere. It just sits there and you speak calmly to the cat, and you would build this up slowly and slowly and slowly. The next stage would be the car engine would start, but the car wouldn't go anywhere. After that, it would be the car would just maybe move off the drive, maybe back on, and maybe backwards and forwards. But apart from that, it didn't go anywhere. But again, it's almost like an approach and retreat situation. So as soon as you feel your cat is getting stressed, then literally take a step back and give them lots of reassurance, and then move on to the next stage. If everything is okay and you've got no negative or no aversive behavior to them doing this, then you would just go for a little drive and come back again, but they wouldn't go to the vet. And then you would just build on that the whole time. So you can understand it is going to take a while, especially if you've got an older cat that's already got in their mind, it's a preconceived idea and memory of going in the car, going in the cat basket means a vet visit. If your cat is really, really nervous when she goes to the vets, then there are medications that your vet could give them that you would administer the night before or maybe 2 hours before, depending on the level of stress. And that can make things a whole lot calmer as well. So believe it or not, Hugo is so confident and so happy in his little life, but if it comes to going to the vets, he's fine in the cat carrier, no problem at all. But the minute he goes into the vet's practice, he literally has sweaty paws and he shakes. And I don't like to put him through that stress. So I always get him some nice calming medicine from the vet the night before, and then the 2 hours before he's due to go. And then it's his equivalent of a couple of beers or Jack Daniels, and he's a happy cat then. So I hope that's helped. And Kaylee, yes, it was. You were saying overstimulated, yes. So I do think that's what it was. So keep your play a little bit shorter, and you should be doing play in short bursts. If your cat is a kitten, then you want short bursts of interactive play. If your cat's a bit older, then it probably won't want as many play sessions. But you certainly don't have to play with your cat for 20 or 30 minutes. A cat predatory sequence would never last that long. If you think about play is actually a predation that they do in our home, predation doesn't last that long. It starts with watching. It starts then with they're looking onto what they want to stalk. Then they'll stalk. They'll then pounce, attack, manipulate, and then they'll eat. So the predation is largely spent watching. And of course, not every predation ends with a win. And that's how we play with our cats. So we can't, they don't have to have a win every time, but we wouldn't want them to win all the time because they'd be really, really chonky. Maria, you appreciate my analogy of a field full of birds and mice just waiting to be eaten. Well, I mean, I use this a lot when I'm explaining to people what the play sequence is. And some people will have a whole load of toys, an array of toys, and they'll say, "Mum, my cat isn't playing." Well, first of all, if you've got all the toys on the floor, the cat is not necessarily going to play with them because they're not doing anything. They're not moving. They're there all the time. And mice and birds don't run up to a cat. If you've got a wand or something and you go up to the cat's face like this with the toy, Mice and birds don't do that. They don't go, "Hey, come and eat me." No, that you have to do it so that, something like a feather, get it so that the feather moves away from the cat rather than right in the cat's face, because so that's how you stimulate the predatory drive. But I use that one a lot, so I'm glad you appreciated that. Nocturne, hello, my cats have their wrestling matches often right after their meal. Um, and they have 3 meals a day. Do I need to worry about ingestion, or is that my human brain thinking full tummy resting? Yeah, no, I don't worry about that. Again, what I always like to think about is that, again, going back to the predation play sequence, is that the end of a play prey sequence would be to have food. So I'll always say to people, always play and offer play before you feed your cats, because then the food is the end of the predation, the prey sequence. But ironically, a lot of cats actually, even if they're offered play, they actually want to eat and then they want to play afterwards. So don't worry about that. What I would actually suggest that you do is give them a little bit of food, maybe in a lick bowl or something like that, so that they have the food, and then that will kickstart their way that they like to play, and then they'll play, and then you can feed them again afterwards. So maybe try that just to see. I mean, if they're not barfing anything up afterwards, then obviously it's not bad, and it certainly is anthropomorphizing things. If you think of, you'd say when a baby's just had its bottle or something, you'd say, "Oh, don't bounce it around because it'll be sick." But in humans, a human baby, it probably would. But with cats, not so much so. Generally, they tend to be sick if they literally eat it too quick. So that's why your little lick bowls. So something like this, there's some in there still. Ooh, I need to wash that. That's Hugo's Licky Licks from earlier. So something like that, you could give them a little bit of food in there, let them kick off the play, and then afterwards, then give them a bit more. So give that a go. But if they're not being sick, don't worry about it too much. Somebody said, "Oh, cats, apt name for this channel. Love this channel. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. And thank you for all the hearts if you're sending them to me. I really appreciate it. And as always, if anybody is watching this on catch up and you've got any questions, I do check this video for comments about 7 to 10 days afterwards. And so if there is any questions, then you can ask me there. And we're back on the 21st of February, and it is a love theme. I think it's the 21st. I need to double check that, but I think it's going to be a love theme anyway. So I'm sure that's something that we can all relate to, love for our cats. But I will check out the date. I think it's the 21st. I have a cat. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome back. I have a cat that loves to sleep with me by my head and chest. However, he will randomly decide to bite hard when I move. He will also bite when I go to try and get him to move. What can I do? Right. Okay. So, I mean, you could not have him sleeping with you. That's obviously the obvious thing. If he's randomly biting you when you're in your sleep, then this is not a behaviour that you want to encourage, and it could escalate. So if it's something, come on, back Hugo. If it's something that you can consider not having him with you in bed at night for a while to try and break this cycle, then I'd certainly consider that. It sounds like it could be a love bite, and certainly, which is, they're not hard, but you do have to be careful that they go on to then become aggression, and we wouldn't want that. And also, when you try and get him to move and he bites you, that's him letting you know he's not happy with that, and that is not good behavior again, because he's learning that if he bites you, he gets what he wants. So I would probably try a period of not having him with you overnight for a while, just to try and break the cycle, if it doesn't, create him too much distress. However, if he is sleeping with you and he does bite, don't reward that with even any verbal cues, nothing. Just go quiet, or even turn over in the bed the opposite way, so he's getting no feedback from you. If you feel happier trying that, then, because I know it'd be quite, I know if somebody said to me, "Oh, Hugo can't sleep with you tonight," I'd be like, "Oh, really?" So I guess that's probably what you'll be feeling right now. So if he does bite you, literally put your hands under the covers or by your side, turn over, and don't give him any communication whatsoever. And after a while, he'll begin to realise that, oh, well, if I bite, he doesn't do it. Nothing happens. And if you move him, just be aware that he could bite. But again, if you could perhaps find a way of making him move without you moving him, whether it's just sort of shoving over a little bit so he has to move, without you actually physically with your hands moving you. But I think it's a little bit of terrible twos there, or a teenager that's just trying to have his own way. Yeah, Bev saying we love having you here. Absolutely, we do, Kat. It's great, and it's so lovely that the regulars are coming back each month now. It's wonderful. Um, uh, right, I'm just going to read some more questions. Also, do tell me where you are all from, and how many cats have you got? Where you're from, and what are their names? That would be really good. Okay, BC, you're welcome. I really need to. Oh, Maria needs to. Pray goes away. Like it. Really like that. I need to get those toys put away. Pray goes away. Love it. I'll use that one again. There's a newly adopted 1-year-old cat that likes to bite and scratch. She does it even when we were just walking past her. She has her playtime. Any recommendations? Oh dear. Unfortunately, you don't know this little girl's history, do you? It could be that she hasn't had essential maternal habituation, which means that during the sensitive period when she was much younger as a kitten, she didn't have her mum. Come on, Hugo. She didn't have a mum telling her, no, you can't do that. And I see a lot of aggression cases with cats that haven't had this maternal habituation, unfortunately. So what can you do? Definitely think about your style of play with her. Always using wands and things like that. Never using toys that allow her to grab your hand. Definitely look at the type of enrichment that you're offering as well, and also short bursts of play. If you've only just had her, she may still be settling down, because sometimes it can take cats a good 6 months to settle down and learn the boundaries. And if she's had a year of maybe inappropriate play elsewhere, then that's almost going to be learned behavior. One thing I would suggest that you do is use synthetic pheromones such as Fellaway Optimum or Comfort Zone, and also pet remedy spray. Avoid any catnip completely. Every time I touch Hugo when I'm doing these lives, I end up rubbing my nose the whole time. You go back and have a look at the videos. It's because his hairs come out and then tickle my nose. Don't they, Hugo? No catnip as well. That's really important, because it's a stimulant. It's a cat attractant, but it's a stimulant, and you don't want to be overstimulating them. So again, think about what I was talking about earlier in the predatory prey sequence, and end with licky mats and things like that. Foraging. Give her something to do, and don't feed her in the bowl. So using a shoebox maybe with lots of these in, and stack them all up like that in the shoebox, and then you can maybe cut them down in various sizes so that you've got some like that in there, and then pop some little bits of kibble and some treats in there. You could do the same in an Amazon box, and Have the Amazon box with some tissue paper in there, and then some scrunched up balls of tissue paper, and again the kibble in there. So thinking about how you're feeding her, that will give her something else to do, and it will maybe tap into that predatory drive, and maybe she'll, stop biting you. But be patient at the moment because she's still decompressing, but definitely use your synthetic pheromones and pet remedy. That'll be really helpful. Oh, Nocturne, they play and wrestle before meals too. Or do you know what? If they're happy and they're not being sick, then don't worry about it. Just let them. As long as you're offering play, then that's fine. 21st is Friday. Oops. So it's not the Friday. What day is it then, Bev? I know it was close to. It was the Tuesday. Oh, gosh. I'll have to reorganize my diary. So sorry about that. There's one pending. I'll go and amend it. For some reason, I put the 21st. I got that in my head. Maybe it's the 10th. Just have a look, Bev, for me, would you? Um, uh, they play and wrestle. 21st is a Friday. I have Michael, hello. I have two beautiful cats, Midnight Junior, who always sleeps with me on my bed, and Snowflake, who sleeps in her own bed. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely names. Midnight and Snowflake. I'm guessing Midnight's black and Snowflake's white. That's really nice. Kathleen, it's just occasional and there is not an easy way to block him. Okay. I would just literally put, if it's just occasional, I would just move your hands out of the way so he can't do it. And if you have to pick him up to move him, try and, instead of picking him up to move him, try and get a wand or something, have that nearby. Or if you can't have that, how about a treats? Have some treats next to the bed that you can just throw, and he will get off the bed that way. So he thinks it's his decision to get off the bed rather than you moving him. Try that. It's weird that neither of your cats are heat-seeking creatures. Got them a heated bed, but they don't care for it. Got them a heated blanket, they don't care for it. And they don't chase the sun either. Wow. Okay, well, maybe cats are very, they're instinctive creatures. So they obviously aren't cold. And a good way to tell if a cat's cold or not is feel underneath their tummy, in between their legs there. And if that's nice and warm, then they're warm. They like, generally they like higher temperatures than we do. So what are you saying, Hugo? You're not impressed with that? I've just moved you. But don't worry if they're not looking for. The good thing is that you're providing the heat sources for them. So for anybody who's got a senior cat or a younger cat, a convalescing cat, those heat pads, those snuggle safes are really, really good. You on the show today? You running the show, and also microwavable pads are really good as well. Do you want a nibble, Hugo? I did a video this week. I just left this on the side and he helped himself. And he got his paw right the way in, was helping himself to these catkin nibbles. It's like this, getting them out. Northwest New Jersey, you've got 5 cats and a dog, Kathleen. Wow, that's amazing. Proper fur mummy, love it. I'm from Connecticut, Michael and you're 47 years old with 2 females, Snowflake, who's 13, and Midnight Junior, who will be 14. They lost their brother Ink in 2021 at the age of 2 months before he turned 3. Oh gosh, what a shame. Oh, I do feel for you. I feel for anybody when they lose a cat. It doesn't matter what age, does it? It's just awful. But it's nice to know that you've got the other 2 there. So, and they're obviously clearly very happy. Nocturne lives in San Francisco, and during the winter it's down to 45. Should I be worried about them getting cold? I do turn on the heater for the house to 70. If they're in the house with you, no, that'd be fine. If they've got a snuggly blanket that they can snuggle into, they'll be fine. If it is that, I mean, 7 Yeah, that's okay as long as there's no drafts really. And if they're indoor overnight and they've got blankets to snuggle in, and if they curl up together, then they should be fine. But if you are worried, then have a look at the Snuggle Safe microwavable pads. They're really, really good. There you go, Hugo. Um, you've got two guinea pigs and frogfish. I don't know what frogfish are. Um, do tell me what frogfish are. Um, and you're looking for a baby kitten to adopt. Oh, lovely. And so you'll be looking to do the introduction then, the way I was talking about earlier. Guinea pigs are lovely, aren't they? I love the little noises that guinea pigs make. So those, you can use those for guinea pigs as well. You can put little bits of lettuce and carrots and cucumber chopped up in there, and let the guinea pigs forage in there. The 18th or the 11th, both Tuesdays. Oh gosh, hang on, I did write it down here. It was the 11th, Bev. The 11th. I had a one in it. So everybody, it is the 11th. I knew it was around Valentine's as well because it was the theme. So I'll have to check because I've done the next video pending. So it was the 11th. It probably is the 11th. It's just this grey matter is just not working at the moment. Maria, you're in Oregon with 4 rescue kitties, 2 girls, Siona, Rosalie, and 2 boys, Ditto and Salem, all fixed and chipped. Love that. Siona was the first in 2020. Salem was last 2023. We are at a critical mass. Oh dear, there's always room for one more. But fantastic. All over the neutering and or the fixing. That's brilliant. Snowflake has got a brown eye and a blue eye. Wow. She's a white band rescue from a house. Oh, from a house fire 13 years ago, and Midnight is Black. Oh, I love hearing about you guys as well. Um, uh, I hope I've said that right. Hello. We've got an 11-year-old male cat from a friend, and we're new to the cat world, learning a lot about this channel live. Oh, awesome. Well, you can always go back and watch the other videos. And again, if you've got any questions, just literally type them away. And if you're on TikTok, anyone's on TikTok, go and give me a follow on TikTok. I've also got a YouTube, my own YouTube channel, where I post all my videos from TikTok. I put them on there. Well, I'm trying to get better at doing that. And I did promise the people from over the pond, when we thought there was going to be the TikTok ban, I would start posting my videos on there. So I just need to remember to cross-pollinate over there. So certainly every day is a school day when you have cats, because you're learning all the time, and I always say the day I think I know everything about cats, I'm actually not going to, I'm going to hang up my cat wand. I'm not going to do it anymore, because I'm learning all the time. And even, I learn from other people who aren't cat behaviorists, will say, oh, I do this with my cat, and I think, oh, that's a really good idea. So yeah, it's great to cross that silly bridge and not feel frightened to ask a silly question and think that you're going to be judged for it, because it's a safe space here always, and no question is a silly question. There is no such thing as a silly question. Amy here from Idaho. Your cat Kevin will be 14 in May. What a great name, Kevin. Amy, what toys are best to get for play? Well, I mean, you've seen me hopefully waving that parrot toy about. So, anything really. It could be, what have I got here just to grab? Certainly, snuffle mats. Oh gosh, I'm always going on about snuffle mats, aren't I? But snuffle mats, feathers, bird feathers. These are great. These are the real deal, aren't they? They're great for cats. Springies, they're really good. Matatabi sticks. These tricksy bouncy balls, they're really irregular. So they not only are they a power ball, they bounce, but they bounce all over the place like they've got a mind of their own. Soft toys that a cat can grasp in its mouth. Looped cable ties. these are really, really good because the cat can see them move, and then they fly really, really well through the air. And if you can get a cat to bring it back to you, that's a great source of play because you can just, keep winging that around. Hide and seek feeders. Again, you don't have to have one of these to put the food in. You can make your own, folding the other end in, cutting holes in, putting the food in, and then hiding those, and they're free. So lick mats. I like this. This is a Cattit treat dispenser. So it starts off with the easy way on there, and then you can put that one in, and it just makes it a bit harder for the cat to get the paw in and get the treats out. Wands are really good. Obviously, that's just basically same as the feather, isn't it? But it also has a bit of a stimulatory noise as well. And then you've got little things like this. If I switch it on, I'm not sure how you switch it, turn it back off again, and then it'll be cheeping. But basically, that's got a little arm that comes out, so it's like it's wings, and it flutters like this. So robotic toys are really good as well. And some robotic toys will come on intermittently throughout the day. You can set them so that they come on randomly, and so those are really good. So not everything has to be cat toys. You can think about dog toys as well. Again, in terms of foraging, this is a dog toy. Pop the food in there, and cat just sort of gets it out. You could even put one of those bouncy balls in there. That would be good. Water play. Get a casserole dish, fill it with some water, pop some little. This is just a child's sort of toy. You can pop a little treat in there, but you could also get bottle tops and float those on in there as well. If anyone goes to McDonald's and they have the little paper cups, the little ones where you put the ketchup and the sauces and things, if you have some of those, just, I'm sure McDonald's can afford just a few going missing. Oh dear, I am absolutely saying stealing. Speak to a member of staff and just say, can I have some of these paper cartons, please, for my cat? And I'm sure they will allow you to take some. And again, you can put those, turn those upside down, put the treat into a shallow cardboard box lid or something, and then the cats turn the pots upside down to get them, so that you don't have to have cat bought toys specifically. So I hope that's helped you there. You've got an 11-year-old cat physio from a friend, and we're new to the cat world, and you're learning from this cat channel. Hello, come here. There's Basil's just woken up. Midnight love Junior loves the bed warmer, and he's a tabby. Oh, okay, that's lovely. Cat, you're in the UK. Okay, so you're probably looking forward to the next week's worth of weather as well. Your cat's a rescue from the Ottawa Humane Society in Canada. Had her since she was a kitten, and she's 8 this year, but had to bring her home to the UK. She's a gorgeous tabby with emerald eyes, and her name is Serena. Oh, how lovely. And a lovely little cat emoji there as well. Yeah, of course, I always say I love tabbies. Somebody said I've got a tabby, and I go into tabby mode. I go, oh, I love tabbies. And then somebody will say I've got black cat. I go, oh, I love black cats as well. And yeah, I'm with you. I just love cats. So there isn't one. I was going to say I don't think, but there isn't one. There isn't, I just, oh gosh, and when you go on holiday, anybody like me, when you go away on holiday and you see a cat, and it's like it's the first cat you've ever seen in your life, and you can't help it. You go, oh, you have to go and bust the cat. I always take cat food away with me when I go on holiday, and the people at Eden Holistic cat food here in the UK, they gave me a big bag of kibble to take away to give to the cats in Turkey the last time I went there, and the cats loved it. So I was, feeding them, and I knew it was good food as well, because sometimes I get worried when I see people feeding the cats in holiday resorts, and they're feeding them all sorts of inappropriate things, meaning well, obviously. And then you see all the flies around them and wasps, and then, oh gosh, the cats are going to get stung. So I might take something like this over next time when I go, little cat treat. You've got Kevin, new treats from the Bland Blue. They're healthier than Temptations. How can I get him to eat the healthier treats? So if they'll grind down, what I would do is maybe get your treats anyway, and if you can put them in some sort of forager, like I've just been demonstrating, something like that, and put healthier ones in there. So these are really, really healthy, but I'm sure if the cats had a choice, they'd be wanting that. Why is everything orange? Just yeah, they'd be wanting something like that as opposed to that. So I would start off maybe with a few of the dreamies and some of the Catkin nibbles, and then just let them basically stop giving them the ones that they do want, then wean them off them, because if treats are treats, and if, as long as you're giving them, say for example, if you always give your cat a command and they're expecting a treat. So if I say to Hugo, wave, and I go like that, he'll go up on his hind legs and he'll do this. So he'll be then expecting a treat. So I would just give him one of those instead of the dreamy. So if you've got a command that you use for your treats, I would just offer the other one, the more healthy snack. I'm just seeing where Basil is now, because he's an old man and I have to be careful where I put my chair wheels. You've got Kevin, new treats. Oh right, yeah, I've answered that one. Tabbies like to run the show, don't they? Yeah, absolutely they do. Hugo, you're going to come in. Come and say hello to the people. He's just sitting there looking at me now. You would never think that there's 7 cats here, would you? And sometimes they're just not phased. Basil's gone back in his bed. He's had some munchies and he's gone back to bed. He's got a one of these. So he's just been digging his food and he's gone back to bed. Midnight Junior. Babes died from miscarriage. She was very young, getting pregnant by Oreo. They died on Mother's Day. I'm thinking the vet did something to her. I think it's so easy, Michael, to attribute a professional to something as sad as this, because you've got nothing else. You've got no knowledge to base your reasoning on, and I genuinely think that if the vet had done something negatively, I think they have a duty of care and transparency to you to say, this happened, we made an error of judgment. And I honestly think vets, they have to swear an oath that they would do that anyway. And whilst that they would be distraught as well, you always have to sign a disclaimer, don't you, when you take your cats to the surgery, because nothing is guaranteed with surgery. It is the anaesthetic is a risk, the operation is a risk. So I know that's probably not giving you the comfort that you want, but it may be that you feel that you need to blame somebody for your very, very tragic loss, and I can understand that. But it could be that it would have happened anyway, if there was something wrong with her. But instead of maybe dwelling on that, think about the lovely cats that you've got now, and cherish every moment with them. Yeah, but absolutely fantastic for having rescue cats. Michael's got tons of pics of his cats. Yeah, lots. Oh, on my phone, I must have thousands. Yeah, thank you, Bev. Bev's put the link there. If you haven't already, go over to TikTok or Instagram and YouTube. You'll find me on my channel. It's always the same, Kittysitty Cat Behaviorist. I'm thinking of doing their own channel, Midnight Junior and Snowflake. Yeah, why not do that? I've got I've got an Instagram channel called the Snow Dot Bengal Brothers. And honestly, they've got so many followers, I think about 17,000 or something, which isn't a lot by any means, but, and I very rarely post on it. And it's literally just those two there, Rocco and Esker, and all that they get up to. So, and your cat's 2.5 years here, Nocturne. Your boy Thomas is a tuxedo husky boy, and my petite grey girl is Luna because she looks like the markings on our moon. Oh wow! Thomas was Singleton. Luna was a panleukopenia. Oh, that's so lovely. And they've both been with you since they were 5 to 8 weeks old kittens. Oh, lovely. Carol's got Martini. I love that. Oh yeah, so Midnight watches Cat TV on a tablet. That's brilliant. There is an excellent channel, guys. It's called Patsy's Garden on YouTube. Go and have a look at that. It's so cool. I mean, it's filmed in the UK, so there's lots of big wood pigeons. So we don't get, obviously we don't get the same wildlife that you get in the States, but it really is good. And she really does it so nicely. So it's always themed. So when it's Halloween or fall, she does different themes like that. And she does it all in memory of a cat that passed away a couple of years ago. I think that's so nice. She's bringing so much pleasure to other cats. So, oh, so Michael, you've had cats that have passed away: Oliver, Butterscotch, Oreo, Ink, and Salem, and a pet fish, and and a pet frog. Gosh, you've really, really got a busy household then with all that. I've got fish too. I've got some really, really, that's like a fisherman's tale, isn't it? Big, they're not koi, they're golden orth, and they're outside. That's brilliant that you've got a multi-species home. Cats Meow, great name. I've got 2 cats, 18 years old, litter mates. My boy has just started to act his age, and my little girl, I think, will always be a kitten. Oh, that's lovely. It's having a senior cat is is really they need as much care as what kittens do, really. And I've got Basil on all sorts of things. He's on Nutramind, which resolving. These are different things that you can give him, and I've just started him on Antinol, and he's doing really well on Antinol now. And he's still doing zoomies, and he's 18 this year. So John found a couple of kits left in your garage 2 years ago, took them to the vet, bottle fed them for a couple of weeks. Oh, aren't you just a saint? I love that. Oh, you're welcome, Amy. Kevin will appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely, you will. You'll be busy now playing with all of these things. And lots of love to Kevin. Kevin the cat, what a great name. When I want my cats to be with me when my time is done and have him buried with me as a cat family. Yeah, totally get that. You want them with you forever, don't you? If you can, I mean, that's why I like. So I've had these pictures done of the kids, because I know I'll have them up all the time, to look at when they are sadly no longer with me. But it's a shame that cats don't live as long as humans. Wish they did. Oh my gosh, I'd have about 25. Oh, Kevin sends his love, Kevin the cat. And Siona, I hope I've said it. Hubs calls her his queen princess of the house. Of course she is, absolutely. You do that walking around in the UK. Thank you, Amanda, for all you do. Oh, that's really sweet, but I don't do anything. My passion, honestly, is just to help educate and to give free advice to people and to make their cat lives better, because it's so easy to make a cat's life better. I feel all this. Oh gosh, yeah, Michael, totally. I did a video about a fire escape plan, because you sit there every day, and how many people actually have a fire escape sorted? as in the mind, not necessarily, how am I going to get out of the building? But I mean, a plan. Do you know where your cat carrier is? Have you got a bag of essentials you literally could just grab your hand on and you could be gone? It could be, I mean, I very often think when we have a thunderstorm, what would happen if the roof caved in now? And what would I do with all the cats? So you'd have to. So that's what I do. I've got a fire escape plan, and in my car I've got litter tray, litter, a bag with all the essentials in there. So I know that it's just, for me, it would be a matter of pick my cats up and get out, not bothered about anything else, don't care about material objects. It's always my cats, and I'm sure you guys are the same. But all those people, those poor people in LA, I really do feel for them. Not so much for their material belongings, but if they've got animals, that's the first thing that went through my mind, and watched a video of a poor little kitten that had been burned, and they were, I think it was going to survive, but it was such a shame. So Ginger Tabby's so friendly too. Oh, you lost their account. Oh, Christine has got Sativa. I hope I've said that right. And Indica. Have I said that right? Lovely names. Awesome. Amy's going to try those suggestions for Kevin. So please come back next time and let us know what Kevin thought of those suggestions. And Kat worries about the cats and the humans too in worldwide events and disaster. We must spread the word also about spray and neuter more and should adopt, especially seniors. Yeah, absolutely. I'm already thinking, as I'm getting older, if I had another cat or kitten now, say I had a kitten now, potentially the kitten could live longer than me. So I'm already thinking about, I'll let my ones live their natural life out with me, and then perhaps have a more senior cat, and then just keep, adopting the seniors. I do think it's probably going to have a lot of heartache, but I will know that they've had a good life. It's like the battery hens. I've had some battery hens, and they don't live very long at all. But even, my view is, even if they live a day and they've gone outside and they felt the grass and they felt the sun on the feathers, then that's better than the life that they would have had. So yeah, I really do feel for all the animals. And yeah, everyone should spay and neuter their cats. And that's the thing I've found with a lot of the younger cat owners or cat parents that are just becoming new cat parents. They don't realise how important it is to spay and neuter their cats, not just for reasons that that humans would want, so they don't spray, they don't scratch your carpet, they don't do this, that, and the other. It's because it's for their health and for their mental health as well. Because a cat that wants to go out and reproduce is just going to call, spray. They're going to drive you bonkers, and they can have females, especially, can have a deadly disease inside pyometra. So it is really important that they get spayed. And there are different agencies that can help if money is an issue. You recommended Patsy's Garden on YouTube. It's brilliant. Absolutely, it is. Yeah, it was. Well, Kismet, I posted that. Your cat is watching it right now. Oh, I've scrolled up a bit too quick. Ash, you've got a 4-year-old neutered cat that's got a history of FLULDT, the obstructed about lower urinary tract disease, for anybody who didn't know what that abbreviation was, and had to take him to the ER. He's currently on a vet prescription food, but not my favourite, but okay. I'm glad he's okay. So if he's had a history of it, obviously if he's obstructed, then that's probably struvite or other crystals that's obviously dietary. But there are some things, if you speak to the vet, there are other things that you can get them from Amazon. One's called Cystophan, there's Cystes. I'm trying to think what else there is. There's pet sensible urinary as well, and that's a little capsule that you sprinkle into the food. That's really, really good, actually. Have a look for that, Ash, on Amazon. um so since September, he's been going outside of his litter, though not far away. Our normal vet is helpless. I try and make him as comfortable and not stressed, but I'm concerned what else to do. Okay, so if he's got lower urinary tract infection, it's normally idiopathic cystitis as well. And that is, well, they don't know what causes it, but it's really likely to be stress or something. So you need to find out what the cause of the stress is, if you can. It could be that there's another boss cat in the neighbourhood that's really upsetting him. I don't know if anyone has heard me say before, but Hugo had a tall cat tree, and he always used to lounge on the hammock part of it. And it was too tall for the Bengals when they were babies. So I took the hammock down, and it really upset him. And he got idiopathic cystitis because of that. And I had to go to the emergency ER with him. And within literally a day, he got blood in his urine, and he was in and out of his litter tray, really stressed. So I know that Hugo he likes routine. Lots of cats like routine. Some cats are more flexible than others. So I would say, look at your routine, keep everything as constant as you can. Is there another cat in the neighbourhood that's maybe winding him up, upsetting him? And if there is, there's not a lot you can do with that, apart from keep him inside, or hopefully manage it. So you definitely want something like Pet Remedy. I'll just show you. I'm sure everyone's heard of Pet Remedy. I'm just trying to find it. So that's what the product looks like, and I know you can get that in the States. And they do a phytotherapy plug-in, which is just cat attractants, but they're very, very calming, instantly calming, and we can smell them as humans as well. And the other ones would be the synthetic pheromones. So I haven't got another plug-in now to show you, but imagine you've got a Pet Remedy diffuser and you've got a Comfort Zone diffuser. Those together work really well. And there is also a Pet Remedy spray, so you could spray that onto beds. There's I mentioned Pet Sensible urinary. There's also Pet Sensible Calm. Those are tablets that you can mix into the food. There's also Anxitane. That's a nutraceutical as well. So that will not, there's no contraindications, which means even if the vet is on meds from the vet, this won't work against it. And that's an amino acid called L-theanine, and that works very, very similarly to SSRI, so something like Prozac, but it's more natural. So that works really well. So I would do all of those things, and then think about, if you haven't seen the video right from the start, go back and look at the snuffle feeders, because if a cat is got something that he's hyper focusing on and worrying about, he's got nothing else to do in his day. He doesn't have to think about paying a mortgage or doing the shopping. He'll just hyper focus on what's bothering him. So the more you can fill that day with different ideas of enrichment for him, the better he's going to be, Ash. So do give that a try. And also with the food, there is Hills do a dry kibble called urinary stress, and Royal Canin do one called Calm. So if you want to speak to the vet about the diet as well, because I'm guessing you're on some sort of CD or SD diet if it's Hills, which just that's more to reduce the risk of stones and crystals. So speak to the vet about putting some sort of calming nutraceuticals into the diet as well. And I would definitely consider the Pet Sensible urinary. That's really good. That's got a combo of L-tryptophan and L-theanine. So hit the heart icon and send some hearts to Amanda. Oh yes, please, thank you. And oh yeah, and everybody like the video. That's really important. Just give the video a like, because I've just said that the more likes that you give me, they'll keep asking me back. Siora named after a character from the Dune universe, and you are saying her name correctly. Awesome, thank you so much. What if you can't pick up your cats? Good question. I've got 2 that are semi-feral and another 21. It doesn't. Do you know what, Kathleen? It doesn't matter if you can't pick your cat up, because not every cat wants to be picked up. And I do mention this in a recent video called Consent. And you should never just walk up to a cat and pick it up, even if you know that it likes being picked up, because not if you think about humans, and I'm always saying don't anthropomorphize things, but you imagine some humans don't like hugs. Some people are very huggy, some people aren't, and it's the same for cats, and the cats have got their own safe space around them. So if they don't like being picked up, that's absolute fine. Then don't worry about it. Cats will show their love and affection for you in so many ways, and it may be that they just want to hang out next to you, maybe they want to sit next to you, maybe they just want to look at you and slow blink. That is good, especially if they're semi-feral. You've done a really amazing job there to get with them what you have already. So again, if they haven't had that habituation where in the sensitive period when they were very, very young, where they're introduced to all the dynamics of a human life and lots of handling, etc., they very, very unlikely that they'll ever change. I had a cat, I don't know if any of you have seen him on my TikTok account, and unfortunately I lost him a couple of years ago, Radish, and he was semi-feral, and whenever I had to pick him up, he'd just curl up in a ball like a hedgehog. He absolutely hated it, and I felt so sorry for him that when I had to pick him up to put him into a carrier or something. But yeah, and I just left him. I played with him, I gave him fusses, he allowed me to groom him, especially as he got a bit older. But I just allowed him, and let him be. And I was just so happy that I could give him a nice home, and I knew he was safe. So yeah, cat prepper, love that. That's in for anyone who's wondering, cats on about when we were talking about getting your fire escape ready for your cats. So I'm looking at the time now, and I know I'm going to have to shoot off soon, but I'm going to do these last few questions, and then I'll get ready to wrap up. But don't forget, if you want to ask a question and I haven't covered it, then just pop it in the comments at the end of this video and I'll come back to that. Pamela, hello. Your little tortie likes to nibble on my arm and face when needing. Is this sign of affection? Yes, it is. It's a love bite. I did mention that earlier. Go back into the video and you'll see where I mentioned love bites. It is. Some cats, obviously, needing is when it's a throwback from when the cats were actually kneading the milk duct and sucking on the teat. So if you do get any, some cats will actually knead and hold on to something in the mouth and still, almost like pseudo suckle. So if she's doing that, that's just complete affection. It's absolutely lovely. Rocco does that with me. If I give him a little tail scratch, he'll turn round and give my hands a little nibble, as if saying, oh yeah, I really like that, thank you. A go bag for critters is just as important as a go bag for humans. I feel anyone who loses a pet of any species in a natural, yeah, totally, yeah. I mean, obviously we're talking about just cats here, but a grab bag for any species really, and it's not overthinking things. It's just about having the peace of mind and not going into a flat spin. If you sort of think, okay, if something happened and I needed to get my animals out of my home, what strategy can I rehearse, can I put in place that I know what I'm doing? And then you don't do that headless chicken thing, because you'll have prepared, you'll have had a plan, and then you'll be able to put it into action. So it's worth, and hopefully nobody will ever have to use it, but it's worthwhile thinking about it. Amy, what's your YouTube name? I just happened upon it today. It's Kittysitty Cat Behaviorist. All of my social media is the same. Your sister rescues battery hens too. Oh, yeah, it is lovely. I've got 8 at the minute. Oh, Midnight's watching watching the live off its tablet. That's lovely. House is full of plugins. Works a dream. Absolutely, they do, don't they, Bev? They're really good. And thing is, don't let them run out. Yeah, Pet Remedy have changed the smell cat. They've altered I think it's the valerian content in it. It's a lot less intrusive on our nostrils. Yeah. So definitely don't let these run out. Um you Move is good as well. If you Move is not necessary. Cat You Move is good, but it hasn't got the calming things in there. But so something like Pet Sensible Calm would have the calming supplement in there, but it's worth giving those a few weeks before because it can take 10 to 14 days to kick in. But have a look at Antinol. I'm not associated with them with any way, but I did try it with Basil and I've been really, really impressed. So yeah, give that a go. So what else have we got? You Move, blah, 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 blah. It smells so nice. Litter box related question. Go on then, Nocturne, let's do this. My girl knows it is. She's trying to use it, but sometimes she goes on the edge and misses the box completely. My vet says her female cat does the same sometimes. How old is she, Nocturne? I've forgotten now. It could be, if say, so there's so many different situations here. If she's an older girl and she's finding squatting difficult, then that could be why. Is the box big enough? Because they really do need a big box. If it was a covered box, would that stop her hanging off the edge? Or is it the front of a covered box that she's hanging out of? If that's the case, I would take the lid off. So there's lots of different nuances in this one. And also the litter, make sure the litter's really, really deep, 7 to 10 centimetres of a clumping litter. See if that will help her. You've got Bev can't pick up a non-feral cat. No, but Goose and Vespa are lovely, aren't they? You don't need to. Yeah, but if you need to get them to the vet again, Kathleen, I would speak to the vet about some medication to actually calm them enough to get them into the carrier. But then it's going back to doing the carrier training, isn't it? It's really difficult. What's the best food I can use for Midnight Junior to gain weight? Anything with a high protein content, Michael. You really need to be looking at the protein content in your food because a lot of them have just got palatability enhancers and a lot of bulking agents in there, and it's just filling your cat up, but there's not much protein in there. And don't forget, you can give your cat human food as well. You could just cook a bit of minced beef. You could give them some eggs, scrambled egg, chicken, poach some chicken, and that's great protein contents, and shred the chicken. Salmon, tuna, and not too much of the salmon and tuna because of the mercury content in there. But when you cook, if you do cook any human food, then you go make sure there's no spices, salts, garlic and things like that in it. So if you're going to give human food, make sure you cook it yourself so you know what's got into it. She's 2.5, Nocturne. Okay, so she's not going to be doing it because in the tray, she's not going to be doing it because she's arthritic or anything. So I would have a think about your boxes and your substrate and take it from there, because the answer, I think, is there for you. Rosalie is my 4-year-old tuxedo girl. And she's Kitty, because of her black and white on her, and she'll reach out on your face with a paw when lying down as she nibbles your nose. Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah, she nibbled. So she's doing it. It's just affection. It's just really, really lovely. So your husky tuxedo can spins in the same box, so it's plenty big. Okay, so you've got a big box. So I would then look at the substrate maybe, and if there's a lid on it, so try that. If you can also get the high-sided ones. If you haven't got a lid or a high-sided one, then consider getting a cardboard cardboard sheets, like break down a cardboard box and make 3 walls with no lid, so that literally she has to go in the confines of the box. If it isn't that, then it could be the litter. So hopefully that will help. This is Hugo, and he's come to tell me it's his tea time now, or his playtime. So I hope you've all enjoyed the chat tonight. Thank you for everybody for your likes and for your comments, because it is your chat, and this chat is only as good as the people that are asking the question. Look, wave to Auntie Bev. Hi, Bev. Hi, everybody. Obviously, Hugo's very happy doing this. You can tell by his face. He just thinks it's lovely. So hopefully I will see you all next time on the 11th. And you're very welcome, Amy. So please, please, please do share this. When if you actually go into cats.com now, you'll see that it should be the 11th. I'm going to go and double check now. But do share this with your cat friends and tell them it's very informal chats, not too serious, not too sciencey, but it is a place for cat lovers to come. And like you've all been chatting amongst yourselves as well, which is lovely. It's a lovely cat community to be part of. And do look out for new things that are happening that you may see me on, to do with cats.com, and also the articles that I've written about that one about weird litter tray habits. So that might help you, Nocturne, as well. So hopefully, and you're already looking forward to next month. Oh, I love it. I am going to try and do a live on my TikTok account as well, and of course that will be with Bev as well, my partner in crime. It's just finding time to do that at the minute, because I'm so busy doing other things, and of course giving Hugo lots of love. So meow for now, everybody. Thank you, Bev. You've been a star as always for moderating so wonderfully. I'll see you all next month, and the theme is, have I done that right? Love. So love to you all, and look after those kitties. Go and give them all a nice fuss from me, and I will see you all next month. Bye for now.